was yeah, helping out mom with grocery shopping, but
Review is
nothing
live.
really passed. Oh, we have pizza. What the fuck?
By the way,
Okay, it's a pizza commercial.
oh, dang, I forgot to change the name of the game.
Oh, it's Papa John's.
I'm seeing a Subaru commercial about how they're helping leukemia when they fight against patients.
That's good. Good. Fight leukemia.
Did you not listen to what I just said?
I thought you said fight leukemia.
No, I said help leukemia win its fight against the patients.
Oh, okay. No, that's terrible.
That is bad.
Like, sometimes you need to check what people are saying. Because
Uh,
if you just simply parse, oh, leukemia, patients, oh, it must be helping people against leukemia.
but no, it's pretty decent. I may go back for it if we go back to Taco Bell
Yeah, but
anytime
then
soon.
quickly you
It's
have to be
still
like,
there.
well, it's only a recent thing, so it should probably still be there like a month from now, unless they exhaust their supply like last time.
Yeah. Um, the whole big box thing, I probably am not gonna necessarily get it next time because it's like
Mm-hmm.
they have the like nacho fries with the cheese dip, which like that one's decent when you actually use the cheese dip, but eh,
Unfortunately, the loaded fries was sort of strange.
was it in a bin?
Well, first of all, yes, it was in a like uh,
Burger
burger
box?
box, but it's like the portion size is pretty small, which makes sense since it's also got bacon and like shredded chicken nuggets in it.
Bacon.
But what's really strange was the sauce. It had ranch sauce. And would you ever want ranch sauce to be sweet?
I don't like French sauce at all, so I'm not the person to comment.
Yes, but I'm talking like it is. You would not describe ranch sauce as sweet.
I wouldn't think so.
I would describe it in a weird way, but the one person that would probably help us is not currently with us.
Hmm. Yeah, but would you want it to taste sweet?
I haven't liked ranch, but to me, ranch tastes sweet in general.
Okay. Because that was what was throwing me off is that the ranch sauce was that sweet. Like it was distinctly sweet.
Like as if it was like, oh,
That I
we
could just simply taste the corn syrup base.
the corn syrup or the pound of sugar that they
Yeah.
somehow shoved in like the 8 ounces that you got.
But portion size aside, I sort of wish I just simply got fries.
The normal fries.
Yep.
Yeah, is what it is. So you ready to do this, Eddie?
As I'm ever going to be, I think.
Time to finish this and then move on to Doom: The Dark Ages.
Yeah, I saw that announcement trailer. That looks pretty sweet. I
You
haven't
know
watched.
what?
I haven't watched
Oh,
anything
you,
else though from those Summer Game Fest though. That's the only thing I saw.
I haven't watched anything.
I've only seen a few things, like the fact that Civilization 7 is out, or coming out.
Well, yeah. Well, Civilization 6 is like almost 6 years old now.
Okay. Yeah.
Civ 5 came out like in 2011, 2012.
Yeah. Obviously, we did get Metal Gear Solid Delta.
Oh yeah, saw that.
AKA.
It looks really good.
It looks good, but just remember, it's not done with the help of Kojima.
I know, but
Well, yeah.
but the fun stuff is already created, so all they have to do is go to put a fresh coat of paint on it.
that's what you hope to happen. A lot of Metal Gear Solid fans have actually been are dreading this because they're afraid that somebody will touch the plot.
Well, I don't think it's just simply them touching the plot. Like, even if it's there just simply, putting out HD textures and stuff, and just trying to, modernize the graphics, there's always a problem of, destroying some of the mise-en-scène of, say, how some of the scenes were conducted.
It does seem like they upgraded the game. Upgrade. I mean, that's air quotes on that because I don't know if it's actually better. It does seem like they changed the gameplay a little bit.
I found the article I was thinking about, but here's one of the major things that people are talking about. Supposedly, this is a rumor, there's no actual confirmation about this, but apparently Delta's running in the Fox engine. If you don't know what the Fox engine is, brief aside, the Fox engine was the game engine that Konami and Kojima built for Metal Gear Solid 5. And what I heard about the Fox engine was that it was really good at rendering materials and changes to them. So, like, let's say you were wearing a canvas jacket and got into the rain. It would actually look like canvas had been soaked in rain. Properly.
Okay, that's good.
So, it looks like it is running in a possibly updated version of
Fox engine?
The Fox engine, but I have seen some people go like, well, no, there's things talking about the fact that the Fox engine was retired completely, and the only thing that Konami currently has is Unreal. Which, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, technically, they own the Fox engine, so
yeah,
why can't they just simply resurrect it? Unless it owns, unless there's a problem like with ownership over expertise and such as how many of them essentially followed Kojima that built the Fox engine.
My understanding of it is that they were using the Fox engine for a couple of sports games that Konami did before moving over to the Unreal engine because it just couldn't handle. It sounded like basically they just people just couldn't handle how esoteric it was. But then again,
like a problem of trying, as I said, with expertise.
Yeah.
Like if all the experts of the engine are no longer available easily.
One that I'm looking at and kind of weirdly on the fence because I've been seeing people just it's going to be such an amazing turn-based RPG and it's doing everything the old RPGs did right, but it's being done by a Western dev.
Whoa, are you switching gears here?
Switching gears rather abruptly.
Rather abruptly. Okay, but yes, okay.
I mean, are we going to be starting a Stranger Things?
Right.
Yes. But and the reason why I'm kind of on the fence about this announcement is because of the fact that I see it being touted as this giant, huge, it's going to beat all the Japanese JRPGs with this turn-based thing. And I look at it, and it's like, okay, this is pretty and decent looking. Plotline's kind of okay, but what else is there to try and drag me in? And that's Expedition 33.
I have no idea what that is.
I put it in news, Eddie. Yeah,
I know, but I didn't read it.
Okay, so
I didn't watch it either, but still.
The basic plot line is that there's a witch at the center of this world or something that every year on the same date, there's this giant tower that she has, and painted on the side of it in magic is a number. Every year she cleans it off and changes the number. Every year that number basically wipes out everybody of that age. And from the way it's been shown was like 34, and then it kind of slowly fades away, and then 33 pops up, and then it swaps to people like loved ones, and seeing like this guy in his 30s just Thanos snapped away.
Yeah.
And so the whole premise of the game is you're the 33rd expedition to kill the witch to stop this from happening, because it's heavily implied that everybody of that age dies. Some of the things that a lot of people have been saying that it's been inspired by is like Legend of Dragoon. And they have stated it's a turn-based RPG. And some people are going like, this will finally kill, like this is what Final Fantasy like 7 rebuild should have been. And I'm like, really? This is what
I would think that the arguments for what 7 rebuild should have been was like just a 1-1 remake versus a reinterpretation and imagining.
Yeah, but the way and this is once again various people voicing their opinions on the internet, is that like they're kind of describing like this turn-based system with action prompts. And it's like, oh, this is what Final Fantasy could have been, and like, no, that's Mario. That's Mario RPG. The heck are you talking about?
I mean, you can play Rebirth and Remake like what you're describing.
Kind of. Well, no. When I'm talking like turn-based, I'm talking like... you played Final Fantasy X, right?
Yes.
Where you had like the stack on the side where you could see everybody's turn.
Yes.
That style. Turn-based.
Okay, but that's not what you just described.
No, that's what the 33 is. And that's what people were expecting, are hoping that 7 would be.
It seemed way more actiony than that.
That's because of the camera.
I guess.
And that's where like the legend. That's where I do agree on this part, where the Legend of Dragoon stuff was, where it had like a very actiony style camera to it, where like you do a certain tax and it's like, oh, and then the camera swaps around and things of that nature. But
not to distract you from our storytelling, but we probably should get started.
Yeah, let's get started so we can get through this.
I wanted to get through this because there's no way I can focus on this conversation while I'm fighting the final boss of Doom. So I wanted to get this out of his system before I start.
Don't worry, we'll start talking about it when you start getting frustrated, just to annoy you further.
The best way I can describe it is that I'm going to keep an eye on Expedition 33, but...
So what? But that's where I would take issue. Why is that the game's fault?
I'm not saying it's the game's fault. I'm kind of being apprehensive because of the people hyping it up.
Yeah, so don't be apprehensive.
They're trying to force saying this is a good game, and I'm like, we don't know that yet.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to change your opinion of the game at all. Yeah,
but it's one of those things of like, I'm going to keep an eye on it because I did kind of like Legend of Dragoon.
It looked neat. It looked worth keeping an eye out on, but like that's it. That's where
that's what I'm saying, Eddie, is that I'm not going to hype it up. I'm going to just like keep an eye on it.
That makes sense. At least I haven't. I mean, as good as it looked, yeah. Like there's nothing to be hyped over. I mean, why would you get hyped over? Not you specifically, you get hyped over a game with a new IP like this. Like we don't know anything about it. It was a cinematic trailer for the most part. No, I guess there's some gameplay too, right? So,
admittedly, there's one game right now that a lot of people are screaming out for, and this is on the Japanese side. So you know, Metaphor, the like Persona-esque game by Atlas. That's not Persona?
No.
Are you sure, Eddie?
Yeah,
Well, it was announced a few months ago. Guess not for now. But
we need a new level. We stopped at the beginning of this level.
Well, that's what happened last time. So.
This is gonna be really bad because it's been 3 weeks since I played this game.
Cannot save you.
ice cream?
No one.
Oh yeah.
Also,
There's
I
no way I'm
forgot
gonna
the
be good
full
at this.
title. You'll get back into the feel of things, Eddie.
I'm gonna try. It's gonna take a while. Just because it's been 3 weeks.
But no, Re-Fantasio metaphor.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. I remember now.
Okay. One of the
Like,
characters.
I just haven't heard about it in such a long time that that wasn't top of memory anymore.
Supposedly, we're going to be getting some more details soon about the game.
That which does not kill us
But
is weak.
this is something coming from the Japanese side, is that one of the main characters is voiced by Toru Furuya. And so right now, a lot of Japanese fans of the game are going like, can we get him replaced?
Well, they pretty much announced that, like a day or so ago, that they would no longer be working with him.
Yeah.
For this project, so.
Can see.
Yeah, but I've seen a couple of Japanese users go like, if he's no longer working with the project, can we get an announcement saying he's been replaced, or like what's going on?
I forget what's the story
Well, I
behind
would
this
presume
person.
That because of the surprise of, announcement that was like 2 weeks ago now? 3?
Yeah. Remember, Toru Furuya, voice of Amuro Ray, and a very long list of other.
Okay, that's what I. That's
The
all you
guy
needed
who
to tell me.
came out announcing that unfortunately he had a very sad affair.
An affair, forced the person to get abortion, and did this all on public broadcast?
Well, the fact that he pretty much exposed it himself.
Yeah.
But,
But
I would think the difficulty is that they would not have necessarily
but yeah, no, at this point, like, I've seen some people clamor for it. I've seen but like, if they do change out the him for somebody else, generally that would mean probably spending more time to recast that person and redo the lines, which means a delay.
well, they can still make an announcement of who's going to be doing it.
Yeah.
But still, trying to do that in like a 3-week period can be hectic, if at all.
Yeah, let me.
Not to mention, as I said, like, them trying to find it, maybe having to do proper testing for
Metaphor Re-Fantasio. That is being released supposedly on October 10th this year. So it's not like.
Yeah, that's gonna cause some problems with this access limitation.
Yeah. Because 3 months to recast probably an entire character?
Well, it all depends on how much voice line, how much the cast interacted, or like line
I'm just trying to remember who they got, because like it wasn't like the main character, but it was one of the major supporting characters.
Are we not helping?
No, personally, you're helping. Yeah, I'm just ignoring.
As long as we don't start committing about the flame belt.
Exactly. My thoughts exactly.
Hey Eddie, have you tried shooting the enemies?
No, let's try that.
Hmm.
Maybe it's develop a Palladian response time.
That flow fade response.
Whenever I use the flame belt, I die.
Every time David makes a comment about doing something, die. Probably the one
Try
get.
to make one the Steam demo.
Give him a moment to breathe, and maybe he'll let us know. I noticed that we started doing the summer stuff, and I've maybe got like 2 demos downloaded. Mostly because of the fact that it's like trying to not download, be like download heavy stuff.
Oh, I did try out the Mellow Club.
Oh, that's right. That I've been hearing that one is being weird for people.
Hate it, hate it, hate it.
I think Eddie was just saying hit it, but
I hate it. I did the thing again where
actually, did you do the demo for the Metal Slug Tactics?
No. I'm talking about that it maybe used my limited ammo weapon as soon as my chain gun ammo went off.
Oh, did you use the
FRG.
No, the
Yes.
other one. Oh wait. Oh wait, maybe.
Maker?
I used precious ammo. That is the point of the story.
But yeah, I did. You know, I was about to say this before the stream. I watched the review detailing June 2016 versus June Eternal. Yeah, that changed the game a lot for Eternal.
There we go.
Because I didn't realize how low your accuracy
Well, given the fact that I think in the original Doom, basically people would just, as soon as you got the chain gun, they just use the chain gun for most things.
Well, there was no reason to use the pistol as you got
If you did the machine gun, any other weapon.
well, unless you were doing the pistol at the beginning of every level. Sort of thing.
Is that actually a mode in 16?
I don't think so. I'm talking about in the original.
Oh, right, yeah. Let's see here. Adventure, let's see what they have recommendations. Like, one of the demos I've downloaded is the Shimmering Horizon and the Cursed Blacksmith, which tags are JRPG, Mystery Dungeon, Roguelike, Crafting, Souls-like, Anime, Resource Management. Oh yeah, there is the Metal Slug Tactics Dan.
Oh yeah, to go back to that. I did try it out for a couple levels.
Uh-huh.
It's okay. It's certainly going for a much more hardcore playstyle and sometimes mechanics of things. Because, okay, you don't have too many hits as the player turns, like 10. And technically, that can go through really fast on a turn and put the characters in action.
Oh, it's a very
swingy tactics game. Especially annoying since it's very orthodox. Or not orthodox.
Tactics Ogre?
No, I'm trying to think of the problem. Well, it uses an orthographic view.
Isometric?
Well, isometric, yes, but the idea is that what I'm trying to say is that characters can only attack in a line. And you realize how annoying that is.
So there's no, like, arcing...
Yeah, there's no arc, there's no spread. That technically is a grenader that you get at the beginning. But even then, they still, only have a few things. Not to mention, it has a real hyper-focus on utilizing the movement correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of the ways to get essentially armor is to move your maximum movement in a turn. So you're sort of rewarded for actually maximum distance versus going less.
So basically, you're rewarded for, in a weird way, overextending yourself?
Yes and no. Obviously, moving your maximum inside the enemy's attack range is going to get you.
Obviously.
Just as he started flashing. But I would say it's a very hardcore style game as well. Like the first mission I tried ended up having a kill these 5 enemies, kill these 4 enemies, and not have anybody die.
Oh, kind of like how SRW has the SR point stuff, where meet X condition and you increase the difficulty of the game. Kind of thing, or?
Sort of, I guess. But one of the biggest problems of the game is that the constant reinforcements. Like, every turn you will get randomly in the map at least 2 more enemies that you have to deal with every turn. And it can really snowball if you don't keep up on it. Though that map also had the Metal Slug, which was actually really powerful. But unfortunately it's limited by the
Well, they have to do limit the power of the metal. Well, let me try this one. Yars Rising, which is apparently supposed to be a Metroidvania, apparently? What? Blade Chimera! Yes! If you're wondering why I was a little hyped up about Blade Chimera, that's being done by the same dev that did Deeblit in Wonder Labyrinth. And it's using the same engine as that. So. XCOM, but with wizards instead of aliens.
Some bitch. That didn't work.
Yeah, you're slowly remembering your abilities, Eddie. Slowly. What the fuck?
What do I get for waiting 3 weeks to play this game again?
Waiting 3 weeks.
Get some practice sessions. Get level.
Don't like your ability to put up shields. Seriously? Nah, I fell. I'm stuck in the geometry.
That's not good. Or maybe it is good.
So far, it doesn't seem like it.
Well, they can't hit you, but maybe you can hit them. Oh, wait, no, somebody just hit you.
They are totally hitting me. I thought I can maybe grab my way out, but nope, doesn't seem like I can.
I was about to, like, maybe we can, it's like, it doesn't allow you to teleport to them, it kind of shoves you back in the spot. What about, like, grappling, using the, grapple?
Yep, tried that.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
That was the bad as anything else they've been throwing at me. I'm dead.
Oh yeah, that was today as well. 16th anniversary of Metal Gear Solid 4.
Mm-hmm.
game sort of takes homage to its comparative emergence, which is June 2016 and June 1, and Stormy Trail. Read up. What is the name of the deck? I mean, this is
Dark Ages, you mean?
The Dark Ages.
before.
Being stupidly dark. And needing a mod to basically tape a flashlight to your gun.
Well, the changer into a flashlight. I mean, it would be interesting to see if they could actually make, you know, the game being much more.
The weird part was that, like, while I was watching it, my brain was going like, why does this feel familiar? And now I can finally place it. It feels like Hexen.
I think it's that way.
I mean, I know Hexen was a different studio, but
And,
Ooh, what? Whatever.
like, technically, John Romero was working with them to develop characters.
yeah, but did he also help develop Hexen? Let's see. There's Hexen. Raven Software, but publisher was id. Or at least now the publisher's id. So there's some connection. Yep.
Ion Storm, a bunch of other.
And then we got Dai Katana. Tyrant! Hey, where'd the tyrant go? Down there in the tiny... Oh, there he is. Man, he's got some mad ups.
Favorite player. Thanks for playing. Not as effective as I thought it was going to be. Finally. Now I gotta do that 5 more times, apparently. Finally. And for my trouble, I got a map. Okay, my dear.
Oh, hey, look, a climbable wall.
These would be a lot better than these sniper shots. That's how rusty I am now.
Hey.
Oh, demon.
Oh no, an empowered demon! Right there.
If you cannot stop him, Earth has no hope for survival.
Means you have to get in there some way. That looks like a climbable section. Okay. Nope. Where's a wall we can punch?
It looks like it's coming from over there. I wonder if it's somewhere else.
We have that. And oh. Hello, big boy.
Where am I supposed to jump to?
Right here, apparently.
Better work! It worked. In your eye. Man, those flamethrower variants really suck.
Flamethrower variants. Put them on fire.
What? It didn't let me double jump. That wasn't on purpose, was it?
Maybe.
Okay, I guess that's not the way over there. Okay, alright.
Nope. I don't think so.
Nope. Sorry for being clever, game.
Something green there, but oh, hey, the shoot symbol. Whatever that did. We'll figure that out in a bit, I think.
Will we?
Probably. Okay, we're
Can
above.
someone kill this idiot, please?
How about you kill yourself?
And these AIs are getting a little feisty.
Secret found. Extra wife.
An extra life that I'm gonna immediately use up at some point.
Oh, my brothers and sisters. Something wonderful is coming. Something truly
Ooh.
wonderful.
God, the future of AI right there, everybody.
Are we sure that's not a paid actor?
You know what? It felt like it was supposed to be AI.
You don't.
Oh, that's
Fuck
rude.
your bridge.
Rude. Rude.
I'm trying to remember. The Icon of Sin was Romero, right? Or was it Carmack?
It was Karma.
It was the disembodied head of
God damn it, John Romero! Watch where you're walking.
But that wasn't the Icon of Sin, was it?
That's the Icon of Sin.
I think the Icon of Sin was a wall unit.
That's this game's version of the Icon of Sin.
Oh, okay. Well, then you can understand my confusion.
Yeah. No.
remember what they were having to deal with back in 1993 or 1992, I think.
Looks like you'll have to do a jump and aim for that green ledge right there.
Oh, another Howard Doom Demon. Oh no. I didn't ask to use that weapon. Oh, frick. That's why everything's kicking my ass right now. Oh.
Oh no, buff totem. Time to punch. Punch wood? Get the pinky!
Oh, dang, I got everybody. Nope. Nope. All these weapons I don't want to use. Didn't want to use that game. It's the same thing with the chain gun. Because once the chain gun runs out of ammo, it switches to that weapon. I wish I could disable it. Give me ammo, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Hopefully I get in that middle section.
It looks like you're coming from the top.
Actually, it might be coming from the top.
I think it's the top. That looks... No, that looks like a light, not a hole. Maybe.
Yeah. It's right from the map.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a hole here somewhere. Oh, that'll do it. Oh boy. Ah! Okay, I wasn't ready. Ah! Okay, okay. Oh, I'm out of ammo.
Except for rockets.
Oh, get it! Put it these already, thank you! Yeah. How far back did it take me? talking already. Thank you. Anything interesting here? Nope, let's go.
And so basically, you have to hit the little tiny round, hit that thing, and then
What are my challenges? I just
there's no challenges in the final dungeon.
I mean, level.
True.
feel like a dungeon. Please. I might have just trapped myself here. Not good. Oh. Just barely made that. Ow. Got popped by the last thing I thought would kill me in that way. Am I gonna do all this again? Jeez.
Gun down.
I'm just cornered there. Ah, this is annoying. Oh yeah, awesome.
Yeah, at least it's putting you back here and not, let's say, somewhere farther back.
I think they could have done better with this one. But, oh well. Here I am.
Nope. We're not able to do right now, sir.
Only have one sword strike?
I think you only had one bit saved up.
Barely use it.
On the Tyrant.
I know. I barely use it otherwise. I don't know why I don't have a bunch more. Deja vu. Come on. Yikes. Yikes! There's two of them! Give me ammo, give me fuel in this fire.
Give me the
Jeez.
BFG ammo I desire.
I might just have to go that route right now. Gee, where are you?
As a heads up, there is actually a regenerating BFG ammo in the Thunder thing, so don't worry about it. At least I think there is. But then again,
oh, there's a totem now. Where is it? Totem with the absolute wrong cast of characters.
do not want buff totem on big boys. There
you are. There you are.
No. Stop. We do not want the big boy.
Yeah, unloaded on that guy. Once again, I wasted valuable ammo because the chain gun has a... Can't help but immediately make me use the weapon right after it.
I think there's at least one strike for one.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Just get my ammo back.
Huh?
Ace is going up, I guess. Nice. What?
No!
Well, I was getting so much health items out of hitting him. I don't know how I died so quick.
He just hit harder than the amount you were restoring.
Right. I mean, La-di-da, la-di-da. Jeez. This is a madhouse.
I mean, where do you think the term monster closet came from?
You made it up.
Technically, too. I mean, it was in Wolfenstein, but
I mean, that's because they couldn't spawn monsters into the map easily.
yeah.
Problem with this section is I'm walking with no ammo.
New pain element.
What was that? Oh shoot! Nope. Oh, I don't have a sword. Damn it! That could have been bad. Should have some more sword points so those things aren't a problem. Where are we going to?
Soon, the gods will walk amongst us once again. Only then shall we find salvation.
You're calling me a god. That's flattering. I am walking amongst you.
I mean, it's Doom Guy. There's only one outcome if you fight Doom Guy.
Doom.
Pretty much. Doom for you.
No, that's the name of the next game. So the fourth game after Dark Ages.
I think the fourth game with Delta. Find ourselves wrapping back around and going to Quake again.
Yeah, I feel like there'd be a Quake game before a new Doom game.
Well, I think the reason why they didn't do it is because obviously, why bother trying to Quake?
Yeah, and there
Also, it's a mess of like which Quake parts are going to keep and which Quake parts are not.
you just
Sort of a mess.
Because isn't like the first game chronologically is like Quake 3? And then,
As far as I remember, only Quake that are related are the Frost ones.
that's 1 and 2.
That's 2 and 4.
Oh, 2 and 4. Oh, well, I did not notice this. Let me...
Oh.
Report.
What's up?
Somebody chatting.
Oh.
Quotations, somebody chatting.
Bots trying to get engagement.
It's the one of the UAC bots. Fast travel's unlocked. I wonder what that means.
Well, remember, fast travel is like the final thing.
Now,
They're so fast.
two titans.
Now it's for the boss! The Icon of Sin.
Okay, at least the head looks like it, so that makes a little sense.
Just
Alright, time to get my ass beat here. Destroy all the Icon of Sin armor pieces and disable its protective shell. Shoot the exposed energy shell deals no damage.
So basically, blast off the armor, explodes
Shoot
the flag.
everything.
Yep.
No! No! Ah. Stop using the good ammo. A face only a Doom guy could love. Yeah, I am not doing great. Ah, I miss! No. I took a nap with that time. Was a waste. Waste. Ah! Yeesh. These are nice. Yeah, this is chaotic.
Also, a bit of a coughing fit there?
Yep. Yikes. Jeez. And catch your break. Oh, found a bonus or something? That was a waste. Also a waste. Oh boy. I'm not even sure what it is. It's just like after a certain point, there's the ability to to get them gains.
Well, that's because like when you expose this flesh, you can't harm the flesh. You actually have to take off all the rest of the armor.
Yeah, that's what I've been
I
doing.
think he knows that well enough. That,
Yeah.
Like, it's bogged down with all the other and recover it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And then sometimes there's not enough enemies. It's like either there's too many or not enough.
Like, just turn the corner and take something taking out.
And then that stuff happens. I'm not sure what happens there. He slams the ground and it throws me completely off.
I think you just saw what happens.
I'm screwed.
Yeah.
They're the ones that flail around.
They're the most animated.
What is two of them?
Two of them in a row.
And then my sword gave up in the end somehow for some reason. Jeez.
You used the two in a row, but
I think the mob must have taken the
Must
hit.
have taken one.
oh yeah, I saw that.
Hey, look, there's things that those red things are stuff that you can refill your sword with. Oh, look, 2 more!
And
Okay, so I think after doing a brief check, no, the BFG ammo does not restock. The sword ammo does, apparently.
What's this orange stuff? These fist-looking things.
Those are blood punches.
Oh, I just get
Those are
free
yellow,
blood.
by the way.
I just get free blood punches with those. Well,
Yes.
that would have been good to know.
One blood punch, so
That would have been good to know.
it took me
I thought you would have figured out when you were going like, oh, my blood punch is refilling for some reason.
well,
Well, that's
his
because I'm in the
blood
middle of a fight. It should be refilling.
It should be naturally refilling. I think the blood punch ones also refill automatically.
Not my intended victim, but I'll take it. The giant pet ship, I don't get bonuses for it. Links along here either. This guy can take a hit. Hate those guys. Wow, those shiz guys are the worst, I think.
I did look it up. The sword, blood punch, and I think most of the general weapon stuff respawns. I'm not sure if any of the FRG ammo respawns. I thought it did, but I'm not sure.
What about the mega health that's floating in the center?
Let me go check that again. That's an interesting point. Not helpful for what we're trying to do right now.
Good. Okay, I got there.
Oh, so the Mega Health does respond? Okay, I was actually wrong. I went to a Doom Wiki, and it actually does say additional Argent cells and Crucible charges will spawn during the battle with the icon. So... but it just states Argent and Crucible. Does not state anything else.
We don't stand and take it next time anyway. What happened there?
Everything ganged up on you. I think, Baron of Hell, jumped on you.
Yeah.
Oh no, Titan's on fire.
Just wave the score that he died.
Yep. Fighting ceremonies like.
Taco Bell!
The Barons are a pain in the ass because they are so freaking aggressive. And this is not a roomy place. They have the advantage.
Well, given the fact that I did confirm that the Argent cells, aka the green things, do respawn.
Got a lot of good it's doing me.
You could use the Unmaker.
I've been using the Unmaker.
have to assume that was the sin, icon of sin. Like,
I'm pretty sure, because I think that was a punch.
No surprise he's hard, but jeez. And the worst part about this is that I haven't even gotten a third of his health down.
And we still haven't gotten to the second phase. I'm not gonna bother, like, with not spoiling that. It's right there, right above his health bar.
I mean, it's pretty obvious from how it's structured. I think a better question is, we get it text.
I'm assuming we don't.
It's possible, but... Based off of what I'm reading, actually we do.
Really?
It's because it changes arena. After we blow off all its armor, we get kind of a, like, player-controlled cutscene. And then we get to fight it again.
I don't know if its head is...
It's actually the exact same fight rules where it's like...
No, I'm talking about the Mancubus.
Oh. Okay. I think the Mancubus's weak point is the weird reactor core thing.
Jeez. So sick of the arena shaking every time he does an attack.
Like
Just
such things.
the arena shaking really started to piss me off too.
Sorry.
Sorry to bore you.
No, just more of like...
Of course, the worst thought I've had is that you finally make it to phase 2 tonight, only for you to have to stop.
Arena shaking's really starting to bother me.
I think you only have his left gauntlet to worry about.
I hear one. Jeez. Oh, that was supposed to restore health. You're still missing something. What am I missing?
Stomach. Stomach. His crotchal region. He is huge, which means he has huge guts.
Oh, come on. Shit. Really? Oh, that was close. That's right, you run away.
With its armor fully destroyed, the body is now exposed. Take the portal and finish this fight.
So yes, there is this is part 2, and this is a checkpoint. So now you need to beat the shit out of fleshy bits.
How
Be your
do you
health.
win the arena.
And from the sounds of it, it's basically got the same rules as the prior one with
Probably more bullshit.
but respawning Crucible and Argent stuff, so and Blood Punch stuff.
That kills you really quickly.
Yeah.
Green fart gas is bad.
These guys are the worst. Hellfire. Ow. So, not only did I not get health from that,
Man, just chunked his chest. Nope. Have enough of that, sir.
my stupid freaking shields. Oh, and then of course the wrong creature gets hit by that. It's a little hard to tell where to hit now. He's all fleshy.
I think he's still taking damage.
Oh no, meteors! Ouchies.
close one. Gotta go find a victim.
Give us your blood.
No joke. Jesus.
Guessing when you see bone. Which means we have to deal with the hand. That shoulder. Okay, that shoulder's done. We've only got the hands left.
Hey, it's enough of that.
Stop. No. No touching.
Man, that really doesn't do a lot of damage. This asshole's got his hands well hidden too now. Stuff everything else.
Okay, that now we need to go for the other hand. Wait, that medkit came back. What do we have left?
Hand.
I don't know.
Oh,
The hand.
cutscene. We have cutscene left.
Oh, I won!
You beat Doom Eternal! Now to go shove this into somebody's brain pan. And you break the blade off again.
Oh, isn't that how we stopped the guy last time?
Yeah. You stabbed it right through the head. Goodbye, Romero.
We hardly knew thee.
No, I just thought of a really stupid thing. He had no wounds on his back. He died like a man.
An icon, if you will.
And you will be their savior. Your strength will be their shield, and your will their sword. You remain unbroken. For your fight is eternal.
Hey, said the name. Said the name. Roll credits.
Now to go back to Mars and avenge Daisy.
I win.
Yay! You are now done. We can now move on to other games.
Other games are gonna have me fighting the same boss 100 times.
4 hours of millennia.
I can't believe how long it took me to defeat Radagon, by the way. It took me almost as long to defeat Radagon as it did defeat Millennia, which is... I don't understand. But...
I think one of the good things that FromSoft does is boss design. With the idea that certain bosses are just simply, you know, a bad matchup with whatever your build / playstyle.
I mean, that's true. What I had to do in the final fight of Elden Ring was learn how to pair. Or have the shield and started pairing. It was the only thing that would work in my build. So you're right. I had to come up with a completely new strategy at the end of Elden Ring to beat Radagon. Because like, nothing else I could do would work.
Well, I just bring that up because, like, one of the first Let's Play I saw of Dark Souls, the person had absolutely no difficulty with any of the bosses I had difficulty with. They steamrolled them. They, like, did not have to retry. They finished them the first time. Easy. But the bosses I had, like, one-shotted, he ended up having to restart the fights multiple times. It was, like, weird. In that sense of, like, huh, this is the boss you're struggling on?
There were definitely a handful of bosses I had that experience with. Well, I mean, compared to everybody else, nothing compared to Millennia and Radagon. I spent between them. I spent like a dozen hours between those two bosses alone, beating them.
Well, at least you finished today.
Right, just in time too, with like 15 minutes to spare.
10 minutes. But
Okay, so that means we can safely
enjoy Thursday
enjoy Thursday. Yeah. Excuse me.
with wizard with a gun.
Mhm.
So, admittedly, I'm not going to base this off of your various cries of anguish and stuff, but did you actually enjoy this game?
Oh yeah, this is fun.
Okay. Would you want to go back and play Doom 2016?
No, absolutely.
Even if you
I-
found out like the ammo count is like 3 times as higher than what you
No,
had.
because I don't know.
It's an entirely different game, as I understand it. I don't know if you'll find it more or less fun, because supposedly, like, Eternal is supposed to refine a lot of the stuff that they were trying to do with 2016.
See, my problem
Like-
wasn't with ammo. It's just that, and I know this is the point of the game, but you saw how I was struggling to get to the gun that would help me the most because there were so many guns.
Admittedly, like, and this is just based off of what I've seen and what people have talked about, almost every Doom player I've ever seen play through a game, they do not use the scroll wheel. They use the keyboard to swap weapons.
I mean, technically for 2016, they put in a weapon wheel.
It's in this one as well, but it's...
It has to be different because there was a bug with the original weapon wheel that they can't exactly take out because it's sort of a feature, where the game would slow down, allowing you to give yourself some time to actually select which gun you want, because they used like the entire roster of Doom 2's guns and such.
Which I would appreciate that. If you just
But
give
the
me
thing-
a slow-mo weapon wheel, I would have been fine.
The thing is that the slow-mo weapon wheel can be abused. If you use the BFG while using the slow-mo weapon wheel, you can essentially get more damage ticks out of it.
because of the way that it works.
So technically, you can
I don't
cheese
know.
almost every single boss with it. Well, after
Sure,
the BFG.
sure. Except that we get that gun late game, and honestly, like until this boss, it didn't feel like there was a. I was using it because it was the last boss, but like you saw me, I wasn't using it anywhere else.
You weren't trying to use it, but occasionally it'd pop out.
I think the problem is that
That's the other
times
thing.
when you wanted to use it, you didn't, and the times you didn't want to use it, you unfortunately did.
Right.
So, where is it bound on the keyboard then? Because I feel like you keep on, or were you just scrolling over it?
I was scrolling. It was all scrolling.
Okay. Okay.
The only two buttons I know at all were 5 and 6. 'Cause 5 was the super shotgun and 6 was the ballista. That's the only two I knew by heart, and that's because I needed that for the Marauders. Beyond that, I had no idea what other ones there were. And that doesn't help. The reason it doesn't help to go on the keyboard is because I'm trying to run around and run away. I can't run away and select one of the keyboard buttons up top to pick my weapon.
Well, if you're side strafing, you can keep your ring finger or pointer finger on, and then use your middle finger to select like most of the middle top buttons.
I don't know about your middle finger, but mine only goes to 5 before I can't reach any other ones.
Okay, well, obviously, I think I told you before that half the reason why they ended up having difficulty with weapon systems past that, as for 6 to 0, is because obviously your hand does need to travel up there. And it's a bit different when people were using, mouse and keyboard back in the day, and we're using, the arrow keys to move around in Doom. Versus, modern mouse look FPS. I mean, that's half the reason why when Half-Life was made, they ended up trying to compress things down to the keys and pressing them multiple times to select the correct weapon. In terms of GUI design.
Beyond Maker.
Game complete. Congratulations, you have beaten Doom Eternal. You can now continue exploring the Fortress of Doom to acquire any items you missed through Mission Select. You can also continue to test your skills by playing our competitive battle mode, or jump into Master Levels, which are challenging remixes of the campaign missions designed to truly test your mastery. New Master Levels are added regularly, so be sure to check back.
Pure Maker technology. inspired by Sentinel weaponry and refined by their divine.
I thought we listened to this.
Its destructive potential is staggering.
This is the Resistance Network, in what will hopefully be our final broadcast. To all the people of Earth.
Oh
to
yeah, that's the
anyone
thing.
listening, the demonic horde has been
Has this art
defeated.
broadcast been a thing the whole
The
time?
beast,
Yes,
identified
you
by
just
dark
haven't-
scientists
never looked at it?
as the icon of
Never
sin,
pressed the button.
was destroyed
We never pressed
earlier
the button.
today by the Slayer himself. And with it, the majority of the demonic force has dispersed. With the threat decreased, it is important now more than ever that we come together. There is hope. The human race will persevere. Many of the survivors believe the Slayer to be a godlike figure in what was a battle between good and evil of biblical proportions. As humanity struggles to understand what happened to them and why, many look to the Slayer now for answers, but his whereabouts remain unknown.
Well, I guess that's it. There's nothing else to do
Yeah.
here.
I mean, like, the whole Master Levels thing is like the Master Quest version of the Zelda games.
It's all masochism. I'm here for it.
People need to go harder! I think you can finally get this one. Nope, you're missing the battery. But now that you have, like, level select, you can actually... Oh, you do have enough batteries.
Yeah, I hit the ring.
Okay. The classic armor.
Okay. Okay, I guess we'll go ahead and just cut it off here. Because we're 4 minutes left, there's no reason to start anything else.
Yeah, no, we can talk about other things, but
What level of difficulty did you complete the game at?
Second to last, I think.
Okay.
I don't think I went full hard mode.
well,
didn't
that's
go
because he
Nightmare.
he couldn't
Hey, or did
until
I?
he beat the game.
Oh, you see, no. Yeah, I went ultra violence instead of nightmare.
Because he has to beat the game on ultra violence in order to unlock Nightmare. Which
Okay.
now he can do that if he felt that masochistic.
I mean, considering I don't know what entails Doom Eternal's Nightmare mode, but after listening to what the original Doom's Nightmare mode does, it might not be fair.
I never did figure out how to get up there.
Somewhere.
You have a map for this place, right?
Yeah, kind of, but
Yeah, it's just hanging up there.
it's just gonna bug him for the rest of his life.
Yeah, I really don't know how to get up there. This is what I'm going to use the last 3 minutes I have of this game.
Trying to figure it out.
Find a way up. Can you wait.
Dash up.
No, I was just trying to figure out something from the previous room. Not this one, the one that you are coming from. No. As I just thought I saw something. Okay, those aren't climbable walls. Not that one. Nope.
Oh, I see. It's coming from over here somewhere. Where? That one from over here. You see how there's an opening up above to the left?
Yeah.
So something over here. There's another entry point above here somewhere. Because I don't think there's an elevator that goes up the top. Could be. Yeah, this is gonna bother me. I'm bothered that it bothers me.
Are you gonna try and get all the secrets or clear
Oh, no.
everything out?
I don't know. This doesn't make me feel like a completionist run is on the table. It might. I don't know.
Not right now though.
Let's see. Just to check, I managed to get how many of the achievements? I got a third of the achievements in this one playthrough.
Yeah, I think half of those achievements are something you can't do.
At least on one playthrough.
No, because like half of those achievements are multiplayer. I was about to say like because like we don't have a lot of time, and nor does Eddie want to deal with random multiplayer. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there's a heal yourself for a teammate in battle mode.
Team Eternal. Because
I don't
there's
know how popular the game is at this point. That's always the problem with multiplayer achievements. Not to mention what happens when they
Gunpletionist. I think I messed that up for you. Honestly.
What do you mean?
Master all weapon mods in a single save slot. Because I made you miss a mod in a level. Accidentally, because I thought you could go back and grab it.
Oh, so. I mean, I'm pretty sure since I'm still on the same save, I can go unlock those.
Yeah, well, now that you have level select, you can go back and redo the level and get it for the weapon. If you really were.
Oh, okay. We did it.
Yay.
I am looking forward to Elden Ring, so that'll be good. The DLC should be good. I wonder how long it's going to take me to unlock it though.
it shouldn't be that hard, especially if you did do Moog.
No, well, but the game plan was that when it was going to start New Game Plus.
Hmm.
So I need to play New Game Plus to Moog, and since Moog is a nearly end game boss, I need to get strong enough to defeat him or somehow cheese him to death, so then I can unlock the DLC.
Well, how hard did you have a problem with Moog this time?
It wasn't too. It took less than a dozen tries. The how I ended up having to do it is I ended up using the Ancient Dragons, the multi dragon lightning that goes in all directions, and I was able to destroy him fast enough that before he could pull off the whole blood fire thing that he does, I was able to kill him.
Well, you might not be able to do that on New Game Plus, but if you're
We'll have to
that
work on it.
strong, you should be able to do something. At least get through one of his phases faster.
I mean, given that I know the game and I have a good build, it shouldn't take me long to like clear a bunch of the regular game and level up to defeat Moog and open up that part of the story. Um, and if it does take too long, I'll just grind off stream and get it done quick.
Well,
I'm gonna say
So here's a question:
Hmm?
would you then try to open up the stream based off of like at least have us pre-game a bit of the how to access the DLC to figure out exactly what you need to do
how do you mean?
while well the idea is obviously we're suspecting that it is behind Moog.
Hmm.
I think they confirmed it was behind though, but
Well, we did have that thing of like, hey guys, you only have 2 weeks left for the
Right. So
uh DLC drops. You should probably make sure you can access it by defeating a certain,
yeah.
ring haver.
So yeah, I feel like that was pretty heavily hinted.
so you should probably do that in your off time of like get close to either finishing Moog or that. I don't know if you want to like start up the stream at Moog and try to fight him on stream.
Well, see, for me, the whole conceit was that I was going to play New Game Plus 3 fresh and do what I need to do normally to get to the DLC. But it's also assuming that it isn't going to take me that long because it didn't because New Game Plus number 2 didn't take me that
Well, I don't know how bad New Game Plus is in terms of rolling speed. Like how fast you can get to places, how fast you can complete stuff, how big of a hurdle it is, essentially. Like usually because of late game content is usually not scaled as badly as like early game stuff in terms of New Game Plus. Then
long.
again,
You think the start of New Game Plus 3 is going to be pretty difficult? Or I guess plus
no,
2, not plus 3,
I
plus
think
2.
uh, New Game Plus 2, aka the third time you're going around,
Mm-hmm.
uh, it shouldn't have as big of a difference as going from new game to New Game Plus. But
Look at it this way: I'm going to give myself a week. If I can't get
okay.
to Moog in a week, basically 2 streams, within 2 streams. Okay, if I can't get to and defeat Moog within 2 streams, then I think we're going to have to consider off-stream grinding.
Mhm.
So basically, what that means is that I'm basically going to do a mad dash straight to Moog, and then already assuming that I probably can't beat him so early in the start of the game, right? But we're going to try anyway. Maybe I'll fight him a half dozen times, and if I'm not able to dent him, then I go through some of the normal gameplay loop until I think I'm strong enough to defeat him.
Well,
anyway,
I don't know. Like I thought you wanted to start the stream off with us entering the DLC, not starting off
at the
getting
beginning.
into the DLC. So that's why I was trying to clarify.
And if it felt right to start anew.
Okay.
I guess I don't necessarily have to. Like I said, I have New Game Plus 1 already over and done with, which means I can go straight to Moog at this point if I wanted
I
to.
mean, the only thing that you lose between new games, aka whenever you restart, is major plot keys, like accessing uh, the stupid plateau name. I keep on forgetting it.
Altus Plateau.
Altus Plateau.
and obviously the northern lands and things like that. But
Well, I mean, I wouldn't need to do any of that because all I would have to do is talk to what is it, the mass dude.
yeah, yeah, that is true. All you really need to do for access is just start up the Covenant quest chain with him.
Yep.
Since doesn't he teleport you to? Oh yeah, he teleports you to Mogwin Palace directly.
Yep.
So it's
Exactly.
one hell of a easier time than trying to enter it through the back
Right.
door.
Right. If I had to do it through the back door, I wouldn't even suggest that because that would
Well, it
take.
takes so long because you need to access the northern wastes. You have to defeat
I have to go all the way to Castle
Commander
Soul to
Nile.
get. Yeah, in Castle Soul to get that other piece. So yeah, it would take forever to do that. Yeah, that's one of the reason I'm suggesting this is that because I know we can teleport straight to Mo's palace.
It's a relatively straight shot, especially since you do know the way around Castle, whatever its name, Stormhawk. Storm? No, Storm
Stormwind.
whatever.
Yeah.
Stormwind?
Right.
I don't think
Stormwind.
it's Stormwind.
Yeah, it's Stormwind, isn't it?
Is it Stormwind?
Pretty sure Stormwind.
Because
Mhm.
Stormwind is like World of Warcraft. Oh, well, Warcraft.
Wait, Elden Ring, Stormvale. Sorry, Stormvale Castle. You're right. Stormvale Castle.
Stormvale.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna fight the Vale Guards.
Mhm.
Dragon Age joke.
So, yeah, if we're doing that, yeah, it's a far straighter shot, and it doesn't take that long to travel all that way from the start, especially
mean-
if you're just skipping everything.
I can easily get to Moog in the first stream, no problem. Can I
Well,
beat
yeah.
him? Can I beat him? Is the question. Because right now my character level is at level 250. So can I beat New Game Plus 2 mode at level 250? That's a good question.
It is a
Anyway.
good question of whether your build slash strategy would work. Because I think the stat line would be just enough difference that if you relied on cheese, it might not work this time.
I guess we're gonna find out in 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then, like I said, if
2
it
weeks. I thought it was next week.
no, next week I'm out. And well, it's not even out next week anyway. For one thing, it comes out 21st. So our next that's a Friday. So our next it would have to be the next stream after that, which is the 25th. So.
But you said we're not
Streaming on streaming next week.
Right.
okay.
At least not with you. I will be streaming on Friday.
I will.
And Friday's stream will probably be overwritten by like, oh, why don't you play Elden Ring? Because Eddie's taking over that part. I'll be continuing with Dragon Quest XI.
Okay.
Not to mention, there'll be some interesting difficulty curves in the DLC for Elden Ring, and I have yet decided how I'm going to face it.
Well, as I understand it, the DLC is almost its own section. Like, it doesn't matter if you were new game with like level 20 character speedrunning it.
It in fact does a little bit. Like there is a new leveling mechanic in the new area, but it is not wholly independent. My stats still do matter.
A good idea to be at least end game build for starting up a game at the very least.
Yeah. What I found out, and I don't think this is spoilery, but what I did find out that's relevant to this conversation is that I don't have to participate in the new leveling system. But that just means that everything will be harder as a result. The leveling system will make it easier for me to fight enemies in that area.
Okay, that's interesting. Maybe they're just experimenting with this, with finally implementing an easy mode into Dark Souls.
Well, it's not even that. The new leveling system is the normal way to play the game.
Well,
Not participating in
yeah,
the leveling system is to make it even harder.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that the intended route technically makes the game easier versus, the extraneous thing of you wouldn't actually it would be like going up to the Finger Maiden or whatever and skipping leveling in the entire game.
Right. Yeah,
You
a level 1
technically could do
playthrough.
that,
Yeah, and many have.
But it's certainly not the intended way to play the game.
Anyway,
Okay.
Enough speculation. We'll figure all this out
All
in
right.
a couple weeks.
Well, we can talk at this later. So, good
All
night.
right. Bye, everybody.
matter rebuttal.